lot of stuff to fix on that boat. How are you ever going to fulfill your dreams if you don't get things moving fast? I can't believe you're still in Oriental. I mean, what's up with you, man? Might as well just give up. Or you just quit. How much more money do you need, to get the boat? That's probably 10, 20, 30 grand or something. I mean, you got all kinds of systems you need to improve on that boat. So, you might as well just give up. Just, call it quits. I don't see how you're going to do it. I mean, really. I think you should just feel real bummed out and just really be discouraged. That's what I think, yeah. So, that's just the way it is.
Hey, sweetie. So how did you sleep last night? You were really restless.
Yeah, I had a really good dream at first, and that was good. Then I had kind of a bad dream. I don't know, I just feel like I just wish we were further along with the boat. There's just so many systems the boat needs just for safety and just being able to get out there and, practice sailing. It's just, everything's taking so slow. I don't know, I just feel I wish things were a little more, wish we had made more we're making more progress.
Well, I hear that, but don't you think that should be related back to from where we started? Progress is relative compared to where you start from, right? So, I mean, there was a time when we didn't have a boat.
I know.
There was a time when we didn't know anything, and we were terrified to even turn on a breaker in the boat. So
yeah, I hear you.
I think it might be worth a time to go back and see where have we come from. That's always something that you do on a journey. You record where are you going, but also where did you come from, where are you at in the progress. So even though we're not at any kind of destination we were expecting by this point, I think that we've actually made some progress. But it would be nice to look and see what kind of progress have we made. So that'd be sort of fun. We could go back and see the best of or something.
All right, well, let's check it out, and we can talk, and we can remind each other that we have come a long way.
Okay.
All right.
When you think about it, we've really done a lot and experienced a lot in the last few years.
Yeah, that's true. I never forget how it all started going down the Chesapeake Bay, first time out of sight of land, and wintertime. It was December, so it was really cold. And then remember the blizzard when we were in Norfolk. We had that big winter storm. And our first day together, up and out early in the morning on the Chesapeake Bay. Remember that? Oh, that was so wild, man. And remember the big container ship? That was our first exposure to a big wake. Really was amazing. Just me and you, had never done it before, taking the boat the first time out, really, with no one there to rely on except you and I. It was great. It was really a great bonding experience, wasn't it? It really brought us closer. What about the fog? Remember that? We went out that day, headed south to make more progress, and it got a little foggy, and we thought, oh, it'll be okay, just keep going. But then, in a pretty short time, it got completely foggy. You couldn't see at all. So we turned around. Now, this was a big thing for me to cross the Albemarle Sound. We didn't raise the mainsail, so we really had a lot of rolling back and forth. It was a 3-hour passage. It was a great challenge, wasn't it? First time out together crossing some pretty good bodies of water. It was a big deal. First time crossing a big body of water like that. I remember the strong current. It was almost 3 knots of current out by Cape Fear, where Cape Fear River empties out into the Atlantic Ocean, and you go around the turn there by Southport. That was kind of a wild ride on the way down, wasn't it?
It was really wild because the waves, it was tidal waves, it felt like. It wasn't it felt like waves on the ocean, and it was a river.
Our first grounding. Boy, boy, the water gets so shallow there. I mean, it's just the navigation is really a big thing, because the water will drop down to like 2 feet, just out of nowhere, and the sands shift and the charts aren't always accurate. And I'm really glad, though, that we got that good Boat US service that we got towed.
Yeah, that was a scary experience, because remember, we were coming around the corner there and they were getting the sand out.
Getting stopped by the police. We had state sheriff, we had federal, which is Coast Guard. We also had federal immigration and naturalizations. Those are Fed agents looking for like whatever. We had 3 branches of government stopping to inspect us. We had state and 2 federal.
Yeah, but we passed with flying colors. We had all the safety devices. And then we were in Isle of Palms, palm trees, warmth, beach. It was wonderful. Remember that?
Yeah, it's so nice there. I really like it there a lot. I was so surprised it was so nice. All right, so then our water pump broke and we got towed across Charleston Bay. We've been across Charleston Bay a couple times, but the first time was being towed. Remember that?
Because we tried to leave on our own and our water pump was broken, which we had to self-diagnose, and then we ordered the part from England, remember?
Yeah, Charleston was so much fun. I love Charleston. It was so cool to be at the Ashley Marina there, and you could just like Uber into town and have a good time, and it was really a lot of fun.
And remember that marina had a huge fire at the fuel dock and a boat exploded.
Yeah, we weren't that far from there. We were just down maybe 7 or 8 boats away from that. I was glad no one was hurt though, but yeah, that was pretty wild. I guess we have had some adventures, haven't we?
We sure have. They weren't anticipated either.
Yeah. There's the remains of the boat. And here was our home for a good bit of time, Charleston. That was so nice to we lived in Charleston, South Carolina. It was so much fun. We did all kinds of fun stuff there.
And then we were trying to test our water pump system, because we did have a water pump, and we were seeing if the electronics worked at all, but no success. Back to bottled water.
Yeah, we never did get the water tanks together, but that's one of the main things we had to do. And here we are doing our water pump repair. We diagnosed the problem.
And it was such a feeling of independence and being able to diagnose it. And then we ordered the part and we installed the part, and it worked. To hear the engine turn over and work, it was just awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool. We fixed our own boat.
That's something that we've really learned a lot about.
And anchoring out, we had about 4 times we anchored out. 3 of the 4 were a lot of fun. That one time we had a difficult time, but this was a beautiful anchorage. It was so gorgeous there that at night, and we learned how to take our bearings and to check and see if the boat was staying in position. Remember that?
Yeah, that was a really pretty day, and it was a beautiful evening that night. And this area was really close to the ocean inlet.
One of the things I liked about anchoring out is the beauty of the stars at night and the moon, and it's really cool.
And I remember the current there. Remember getting out to swim, and the current was really strong.
Yeah, it was a really beautiful night. It was so peaceful there too. It was so nice to have the whole place to ourselves. You really liked the privacy a lot, didn't you?
Yep, I sure did.
Well, thanks for showing these to me, Aim. It made me feel encouraged. Like we really have learned a lot.
We're salty now. happy that I'm not working on anything.
Yeah. It's hard to not be happy at the beach.
These are so cool. Look at how many different colors there are.
If you've been watching and enjoying this channel, please click this Patreon link to become part of what we're doing. Thanks.